is Govs Radio.
All right.
Wow.
I like the reverb today.
After what, the 2 years or more we've been doing this, I still can't get used to that Govs Radio.
It comes in hard.
Stinger just
it really
goes
hits
through
the
my
ear.
spine.
Gets your attention.
Gets
Yeah.
down into my spine.
Wait, hold on a second here. I'm not.
Messes up my.
I feel like. Hold on, I'm choking
stenosis.
myself. Let me go around this way. Oh, much better. Oh, yeah. Can you hit this Govs
very
Radio
handsome.
again, Sally? Let's start it again.
You wanna do it again?
Yeah, do it again, please. Now I'm ready.
Okay.
Put it away.
Yes.
That's
Is
better.
Govs Radio.
That's
Turn
better.
that down.
That's
That's so nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
I turned
nice.
it down for your
Okay, now
ears.
Thank
before
you.
we do anything,
What do you
this is-
wanna-
I gotta fix the hat first thing.
Go ahead. Go straight.
Turn that around.
Yeah,
see?
battle it up, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
So you might have noticed if you're watching the show, but thank you
got
to the
pinched.
two of you.
3.
Oh, even better. So you might have noticed that I just opened with Govs Radio. Mm-hmm. The drop that Sally played on the board. Thank you, Sally. By
True.
the way, thank you for
My pleasure.
joining us. That's Sally on my right and Steve on my left.
True.
Ask me, Sally, why did I not open with one of my usual bits, clips, etc.?
Steve, why did you not open with your usual bits or clips?
scares me.
Etc.
This scares me. I'm waiting for this answer.
Oh, I thank you for asking, Sally, and it's a somber day here at the Steve Squared Show. I had a run, not unlike Cal Ripken's consecutive streak that has been broken last
But
week.
pretty close to it.
I was rolling.
Wordle.
I had
You
not,
had 100 million Wordle days in a row.
we have not missed a Steve Squared Show, whether in here or remote, for quite some time.
Yeah.
Until last week.
Yeah.
And you know what happened.
Yeah.
I was blocked. I was shut
Why would
down.
anyone
You
block
got
you?
a smack on
I
the
was
wrist.
shut down.
Why would anyone block you?
I have done a lot in my time, and I've never been blocked. And so I wanted to start off with an apology. See, it seems that I played 15 or so seconds, which I do many times, of a something musical that kind of has what the content of the show is going to be about. Right? So if we're talking about sharks, with the shark thing, sometimes I play the Jaws theme or whatever.
Or Baby Shark.
Or Baby Shark. So I played a little Joan Jett, because Joan Jett was performing this weekend at the Eisenhower Park
And
concert.
Facebook would have none of it.
They shut me down quicker than a great white coming off the beaches of Tobay. I'll tell you. So I have people texting me, the same two people that are watching right now. 5. And they said, "What is going on? We can't see your show." And I said, "I don't know." So I start texting. Whenever, in times of trouble and panic, I go right to
Mother Mary
Sally.
Yeah.
I always go right to Sally. She's the voice of reason
She
and
is the
calm.
voice of reason and calm. and
She says, "So what does she say to me?" I don't know.
well, that's not the word. That's not an answer you give to Steve.
So I said, "This is if I had my blurps, I would say
Well,
this is unacceptable."
like I checked everything that it could have been, like any type of like tech stuff. Was it, not scheduled
Exactly.
right? Because I usually I'll put the schedule up, but then other people will put it in, and if it wasn't done correctly, then that could be. But it was done correctly.
It was all done. I thought I did something
I
wrong.
came up with beats me.
So,
Well, because I didn't know it was your fault. I would never think it was your fault.
it's never my fault.
No.
And life has never been my fault. So apparently it was my fault.
Yeah.
I played, some of Bad Reputation by Joan Jett. I played am I even allowed to say
You wanna
that
play
now?
that now?
You're
No,
allowed to
please
say
don't.
it. Yeah, I got a Facebook message from Facebook yelling about you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So I did want to start the show by
That's how I knew.
a soliloquy, a bit of a wax poetic apology to Facebook, if I may.
Why don't you?
If I would like to play
Like
some
to say
background
something?
music, but I don't have anything to play that
You could
day.
sing it. They won't ban you for that.
That's okay.
Do you have something to tell Mr. Zuckerberg? maybe?
I do.
What?
I felt it
This is
bothered-
America
I
now.
felt I was so hurt, and I felt so bad for Facebook. I felt that they have so many important things, and I made them get on the Steve Squared Show radar with all the great things that Facebook has done for the world, and has been so philanthropic and helpful and wonderful.
Their customer
yes.
service department is just
Fantastic.
What
is the
customer
best I've
service
ever
The
seen.
best. They are, when you need a problem, and I heard that Zuckerberg himself answers phone calls at the customer service.
Yeah, you always not get a person, and you always not get a return.
Exactly. So I want to thank
Facebook,
you.
this is
Let
Jeff.
me. Which camera can I look right into so he can look right into my I can look right into
Your-
the
The
burning
one on your
soul.
left.
Right
Those
into the.
steely brown eyes.
I want to look right into your
Ooh,
your
that's
soul.
scary.
Right into your soul, Mr. Zuckerberg, and I want to tell you, from me to you.
It's like WWE.
I'll tell you another thing, Zuckerberg. Brother, you think this is the end? I got a lot for you, Zuckerberg. I'm coming for you. So, but no, I think you've done a heroic job canceling the Steve Squared show last week. What we lay upon the world has to be stopped.
That's right.
And I feel playing 15 seconds, there's no room or excuse for that. So thank you. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg, for continuing to do such a heroic job.
It's very nice.
Was that okay? I didn't get too upset, did I?
I don't know how much of it I believed, but yeah.
Look into my eyes, Zuckerberg, and you Facebook people. Boy, do I hate the word Facebook, I'll tell you.
Most people are tired of it.
Hey, look at
now,
this.
right? What you got there? I saw that.
Oh, by the way, this is the Steve Squared show, and hopefully we're not. Could they cancel us for that? Do you think me saying Facebook 12 times?
No, if you got Joan Jett to sing a song about it and then you posted it, they would.
So what
They
if I
would
got
ban you.
Joan Jett in here to sing? Would they cancel that?
Nope.
That would be okay. But how
It's
would they
just-
know
it's-
Joan Jett was in here?
Here's the problem with Facebook is it's just a bot that's
That's what
picking
I
it
mean.
up.
I get it.
And then
But I have done this for years, and this is the first time. And I've played full length. We've both played
Yes.
stuff.
you haven't been on their radar.
Yeah,
like we've done we used to always do we'd have people in here and we knew that we couldn't put regular music on. So we'd actually we'd go to like a karaoke site and throw that up and just sing along. And then all of a sudden we started getting banned for karaoke.
Was it the whole station in like Facebook jail for like 2 months?
For not for 2 months, 2 weeks, but it was 2 or 3 times that it happened.
And did you ever find out, was it a particular show? Was it
Yeah, it was this one show that isn't here anymore, and they just kept playing this one outro of music that they wanted to play as like, oh, we're ending the show, and they got banned and then finally the whole station got banned. I'm like,
Steve,
thanks a lot.
Remember there was a day when we used to have a theme song to the Steve Squared show.
I know.
And you really I knew you tried very hard to embrace it. You were really,
Now I can't even play. I feel
And now
worried to
you
play my
just-
blurbs, because those are bits from things.
Blurbs I
are
haven't
right.
seen.
Music.
It's a bot that
music.
picks it up.
It's music.
Right,
that's
but the blurbs, like there's the clip, let's say I played the Rocky clip where he goes, yo, Adrian, I did it.
That's fine. That's fine.
But if you play the Rocky music,
But that's what I'm
it's
saying.
the music that
like there was a clip I
yeah.
did, Viva Las Vegas Elvis. Mm-hmm. That what if that's picked up?
they could pick that up.
Yeah, that
Yes.
could be a copyright.
And I know they would come after me. Priscilla would come after me. They don't have enough money.
No.
Oh, well, she doesn't own. She's got nothing to do with that anymore. The big company owns. Actually, I believe Daniel Snyder, the owner of the Washington football team, I believe owns the corporation that owns
Elvis?
the Elvis
estate?
Enterprises. Yeah, they just own they bought out everybody's all these musician and entertainment icon estates. Look at that.
So do you see
What do
this, Hal?
people? What's going on in New York City?
So
Look at that.
I see the cover, and I think it's smart. I'm thinking it's a smart front page because they're talking about the spam phone calls that we're getting.
Right. Oh,
Because
is that what you?
I thought they were being kind of
Play on words.
Yeah, I thought they were being very smart, very witty, saying, let's put a can of spam because of all the spam calls that we get on a daily basis, and they're cracking down.
Yeah.
They're cracking actually down on actual spam.
People are actually stealing spam.
It says here, crime and inflation are so rampant, New York City stores are locking up cans of spam. Not ham.
Have you ever had
can of Spam?
Have you ever had Spam? I don't even know what it tastes
I
like.
have no desire to go near it.
If
for
I
some
was in
reason.
a,
I thought
if
it was
I
like
was
dog food or
if I was in
something.
a North Korean prison camp, I would need a can of Spam, and
Yeah.
I have been. There was a time where I spent 2 weeks in a North Korea. I thought I was staying in a 4-story luxury hotel. It turned out it was
Four-story or four-star?
4-star. Thank you.
4-star.
4-story in a 4-star hotel, and it was actually a prison camp. But no, a Spam. But they show it. It looks nice on the. It's in between bread. It looks like. Look at that. It looks.
I wonder
nice.
if people that eat Spam like really like it. Maybe it's just one of those things like, you
I
know,
don't think so.
like liverwurst. Like it looks disgusting, but if you've had it, it's good.
I don't think there's anything good about anything that comes sandwich packed in a can.
I
Yeah.
really
That's being stolen.
Well, tuna
meat
fish.
in a can.
Meat in a can.
Well,
it's
what-
not
what
even.
What's
exactly
the difference
is it?
between that and like tuna fish? I don't know. I've never had it.
I can't speak on Spam other than the calls that I get that I block. But apparently this is a huge problem. So I'm glad the city is cracking down on Spam thievery. Things are getting better, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about monkeypox. You got Spam on the rise. Now
There you
this is.
go.
Let's get to a fun story.
Pickleball.
Pickleball. Everybody's playing pickleball.
Everybody loves pickleball.
Everybody loves It's the
Oh.
new trendy thing. Even famous people.
My neighbor, she comes back from a long day at work. Literally 5 minutes later, a car comes by to pick her up, and they go and they play pickleball.
So my clients ask me, Steve, is pickleball good? Should I play pickleball? I said, I have no
Yes.
idea what pickleball is.
Really?
I said, I had
They
an
have
idea.
it in Massapequa at Burns Park. They have
Burns
pickleball.
Park?
It's an actual court? It's
Yeah,
a smaller court,
It's a
right?
it's a much smaller court. So you walk by, you're like, what the hell is that? And then you find out that was what pickleball is.
So now, being as Steve calls me, the prop comic host, I couldn't let that just lie and that be it for pickleball. So I didn't have the actual official pickleball equipment of the 2022 Olympics, which I'm guessing this will be in the next
We
Olympics.
need a pickleball.
So I have
Olympic game.
some pickleball. I thought we should play a little. So wait, hold on a second. I'll be
Please
right.
don't make me play pickleball.
No, this will be fast.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I got a couple of. These are not really official pickleball rackets. These
They're
are
not?
No, this is.
What
here,
are they?
Steve. These are racket. These are paddleball
like a
rackets.
paddleball
These
racket.
are back from. This is a long. Actually, these are what they use in Thailand when you get caught, and they give you those lashes.
Yeah, when you chew gum and
Right. Got to be careful.
With pickleball, is it a tennis ball or is it like a
No,
handball?
It's this. It's not exactly this, but it's similar.
that's a wiffle ball.
It's similar to a wiffle ball.
It's a wiffle ball.
You look at the picture.
Yeah.
Don't you see?
Yeah.
It's kind of got holes.
Huh.
Well, that's a drawing. I don't know. That's a.
So you
very,
actually use a wiffle ball.
Steve.
That's interesting.
Well, they don't have the actual pickleball.
People look really happy when they play.
I'm going to see if it's true, if it makes you happy, because I'm very angry today.
You
so
are?
I thought if I played a fun thing that was called, I like the name.
Pickleball.
Do you enjoy pickles?
Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite pickle?
Dave's amazing famous pickles. And it's like a sweet and sour pickle.
Sweet and sour. What about you?
I hate pickles.
Wow, Steve, there's no room for hate on the Steve Squared Show. Pick a pickle. Well, if you had to, if you were forced to eat a pickle, what would be your go-to pickle?
I
I love
hate
all pickles.
I like bread and butter chips.
Yeah,
I've heard about
they're
those.
good.
Very good. You
You'd
would
like
enjoy that.
Dave's.
Dave's?
Yeah.
Where do you get that at? Whole Foods?
I get it at Costco because it's cheaper because they're really expensive.
Is that the same? That's not the same Dave that does that bread.
No.
No, it's a different Dave.
What's that, Dave? Is that also a Dave with the strong?
That's Dave's steroid juice. Bread.
Right, that's the juice bread. That's Dave's juice bread. That guy was actually quite a story. I think he escaped prison, and he's now making loaves of bread for people. I don't think he escaped.
injected with Tren and.
Right, it's gluten free, but unfortunately not steroid free. So ready, Steve? Let's play. Now I'm
what do I-
1 foot from you, Steve. So
Now,
take it.
what
We're
do
gonna
I
just a
have to
little
do?
tap it up.
Just a little tap?
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can volley here. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad serve. Bad serve. You start.
Let's try it again.
Good. Good. Look at this.
Oh!
Oh, my fault. Anyway,
God, it's like
did you have fun?
it was loads of fun.
We lost Sally for that pickleball segment.
So here's the pickles I
pickle
like.
chips. Send
Famous
that to
Dave's.
me.
That's why you'd
Yes,
like it.
Tren.
Loaded with. So now we played. What did you think about that? Did you have fun?
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. You know, I had a lot of fun.
Good.
Why can't we do this together? You don't want to do things like this.
We can go to Burns Park and play pickleball. I think I hurt my elbow though.
Sally,
I got
meet us at Burns?
I think is this called pickleball-itis? I think I got pickleball elbow.
You just got to do a little.
Oh, I didn't get it. So instead
Right when we needed
instead
it.
of tennis elbow, I got pickleball elbow.
Yes.
I got to dip my elbow in some pickle juice.
So Jeff Summer has been writing.
Oh, Jeff, yeah, that's a friend of mine. Oh, I can't. What does it say? You have to. I don't have.
Yeah, he said that. First of all, he said Joan is busy giving free concerts in Eisenhower Park. I doubt she cares if you play 10 seconds of her.
Oh,
it's not Joan.
It's
It's,
not
Joan.
it's the lawyers.
It's it's
and then he said that he refuses to believe that anyone eats spam on purpose, which is a good point.
right on, Jeff. Thank you for watching. That's my buddy Jeff, who's, by the way, a wonderful screenwriter and director.
Nice.
He's actually did my voice reel for me.
Oh, cool.
So he's very good if you ever need somebody like to do directing, editing. He's a great editor. He does a lot of. He did my voice reel.
It's great to know.
Things like that. He was able to help my voice.
Does he do Shakespeare?
I wasn't doing Shakespeare on my voice reel.
The Servant of Two Masters?
The Servant of Two Masters. Yes, Steve remembers all my shows. Let me put my cans back on.
You're like in the biz now.
I
I
love
love
the
that
biz.
you say, put my cans back on.
Put my cans back
You're
on.
back on the, yeah. It's your DJ on the air.
Speaking of DJ, I felt bad. There was an open mic thing tonight at the library.
Oh, really?
And you know what I was thinking of doing was
Open mic for what?
like you play instruments or something like that, and you jam. It says a musical library event, Monday, August 1st.
It's always exciting.
And I thought we would do the. It was a fleeting thought, and it was way too late. I thought about it today. I was like, oh, maybe we could do the show from there and interview some of the people. But then Steve, give me the hand. Afterwards, what I thought about that. Yeah, it's just the thought went in this ear,
Yeah.
and then I went right out this. I went like this.
I'd have 10 million of those a day. I
Don't you
totally
though?
get it. Yeah.
You get things, and you're like, this would be good. Then before you even get it out, you go,
like,
it's too much work.
I actually make a noise like that.
So above my parents' house, and they have a porch.
They have a porch?
A porch.
Oh, in front of their
In the
house.
backyard.
Front of the house.
You
No,
said
in front of
above
the
my
house?
parents' house.
Oh, yeah,
So I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
I'm like, why would you have
So
a porch?
they
on
have the
top of house?
porch, and now a new thing every day is the porch is completely covered with bird dew. Bird
Oh,
poop,
really?
bird poop.
Oh.
So I investigate. I said, where is this coming from? And not only bird poop, but shells.
Bird
like
butts.
eggshells.
Oh.
So I look up, and lo and behold, there's a giant bird nest
Yeah.
way up in the sky. And we don't know what to do. Every day I've hosed it for them, and this has become my new job.
Well, don't worry about it because
Why? This is what I knew Sally would have an
yeah.
answer for me.
So it just means I'm not sure what birds it is, but they don't nest very long. And a lot of people don't know this, but birds don't hang out in their nest after their babies, fly the coop. So it's not like they're going to be living there. Like as soon as the baby birds leave, they're not coming back.
Now, give me a time frame here. How old are these birds? Because it's been a few weeks already.
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it long.
All right. Because I was actually calling.
Is that what you've been so angry about?
I have been. I was going to call the wildlife of Long Island.
Were you really?
And I was going to.
Good God.
I found this flyer at the library, and I thought maybe they could come over and remove the nest.
Oh, my God.
You know
Now,
what?
that's a thing. I Googled that, like removal of bird nests, because I didn't want to hurt, we don't want
Right.
to, whatever.
Like
so we thought
when
maybe
I
they
trim
could,
my trees, I always wait for them to leave. And also like something cool happened in my yard the other day because I've got like a closed-in backyard and I've got 15 million dogs and birds.
Right.
Like I've continued to feed the bird feeders, after Cindy passed because she just loved them so much. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? I'll just keep doing this. But I got into the backyard, and all of a sudden the dogs run to this one. It looks like a stuffed animal, and then I realized, oh my God, it's like some dead thing, and I don't know what it is. So I'm like, all right, I got all the dogs inside. I have no idea why they all listen to me, and they all went inside, and I grabbed my boots and a flashlight because it's dark, And as I'm walking out the door, I'm actually saying to myself, sweet Jesus, please let it be a stupid possum that faked death, because
Right.
they do that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Play possum.
They play possum.
Yeah, and I go out there,
Which
and
is
that's
also a fun game.
It's exactly what it was. It was like this possum. So I called the kids. I'm like, this is going to be great. You're not going to see a better acting scene than this. So we go inside and we look outside, and all of a sudden you see the possum. Here, I'll put me on. It's like so funny.
Wait, what? You have it?
No, I just have like.
Oh.
So we're all like looking out the window, and I'm like telling the kids to wait for it. They think I'm kidding, right? And all of a sudden you see the possum's like this, and also you see it go. And it like scurries away.
That's amazing.
It was the funniest thing. And what's like really kind of cool about it is it ran into like underneath. I've got like a wooden shed that's actually it's like a nice wooden shed, but there's like something's digging underneath like the shed. But possums don't dig, but once something digs and leaves,
He goes in there.
he lives in there. And it's great because there's nothing greater than having a possum because
Exactly.
all they do is get rid of everything that annoys you.
Could they
Mosquitoes
what about
and
my brother?
Ticks.
They maybe they'll get rid of
Just
like
kidding,
the
I'm
little
kidding. It's
little
a
baby
joke.
birds.
I'm joking.
Say
I'm
that about
joking.
Nick.
I love my family. This message was brought to you by Hallmark,
It's
the
like
lifetime moments.
It's like having Pat Cooper.
Thank you. You know,
So yeah. Anyway, to answer your question, it's not going to be long.
okay.
Yeah.
Now,
don't worry about it.
I see. I knew Sally would have.
Yeah,
see,
don't
like
worry.
I said, Sally always has sensible answers.
But possums are great, though. They
Yeah,
take care, they
possums
take care
rock.
of the
Is there a
mosquitoes
way-
and the ticks.
Is there a way,
ticks.
Sally, that I can contact you on a daily basis? You
Yeah.
feel like you bring me centered.
Yeah, I can walk
She's
you.
way better
I'm
than
good at
yoga.
like walking people off the edge.
Yeah,
I'll give you
I
that.
feel like you do. I feel calmer. I was very irate last week, and Sally said, "What are you worried about? You go on next
It's
week."
literally like she starts singing.
It's.
I wish you would step out from the ledge, my friend.
Yeah. Steve, I don't want to get blocked for bad singing or for the song.
He can sing. It just can't be the music.
Oh, you could sing, but it can't be the music.
Yes, can't be the music.
So, and speaking of possums, they are. I thought that would have been a much better acting choice than them using Pete Davidson for the Manscaped commercial. Now,
Oh,
You
God.
know I
all
had
this
a-
hate, all this hate for Pete Davidson.
I
it's
have
just-
amazing hate for Pete Davidson. There was something else. Oh, look, still looking for sharks. This story is never going away. This is a problem here.
I don't get it. Like, aren't they always in the ocean? Why is it like the big
This
deal?
is a huge thing. Well, because they're,
They're
coming
close to the water. They're
close.
close to the shallow.
Yeah, they're getting people.
Well,
Aren't they always?
They're not getting people. What they're doing is
Oh,
they're
they're-
just.
Well, they're there.
They are biting people,
They're
but
giving
they're not.
nips.
Yeah, they're nipping them. They don't know what they're nipping. You know, that's what they're doing. They're kind of like tasting.
They're tasting.
You should see a video of this one lady who, what she does is she pulls hooks out of sharks. She goes under into the ocean, with a mask and stuff. And one day she was snorkeling or whatever she was doing, and a shark had this big hook, and it came up to her and she pulled it out of its face.
Right.
And then the next day it showed up, and then a couple of days later a couple more sharks showed up with hooks.
Oh my.
So she just plans like her
I
day
thought-
pulling hooks out of sharks.
I thought Sally was going to talk about the lady whose son got killed by the shark, and then she went up to the sheriff and slapped him.
Yes. Steve's referencing Jaws.
Yeah.
Did you play the Mega Million? Did you win?
No. We
You
did not
wouldn't
win.
be here, would you? Sally would. I
Maybe.
feel like Sally would still be here. She would stay humble.
I wouldn't let you guys down.
If you won, what would be the first thing you would have done with the $1
We
billion?
actually talked about this. We went to me and Tony went out to dinner with two friends of ours, and we put in $5, and
Wow.
we bought, and we talked, and we sat around for I don't know, a good half an hour talking about
Mm-hmm.
what we would do. And so we decided we'd split it 4 ways, and we would not tell a soul. And all we would do for the rest of our lives is secretly pay people's bills.
Wow.
And we thought that would be the coolest thing. Like you're all stressed that you had a big dental bill and you go to pay it and oh, you know what? Sorry.
But
someone
you
took
mean
care of
people
it.
you knew?
Yeah. And just keep widening someone's really stressed about a mortgage. Oh, you don't have a mortgage anymore. Wouldn't that be if you've got billions?
Let me. Sally's too nice for that. Let me get to something.
Wouldn't that be
seedier.
cool, though?
You're too nice.
What would you do, Steve? Let me see what.
Well, the first thing I would do would be I'd call the Nature's Preserve and have that bird nest removed. I wouldn't care what it cost. Take that down. I don't care what it costs. I'm a billionaire.
What else?
I want all the birds removed from Long Island.
What
That's
else-
what I would do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What else-
I'd have
what
them
else, Mr.
put
Burns?
safely away somewhere in another
Safely away
state.
in Syosset.
In Syosset. No, in another state.
What else would you do, Mr. Burns?
I mean, the normal things like anybody else.
Release the hounds.
I'd buy an island. No, I don't know. I think I would get my dad. I'd get my dad. My dad loves, he always talks about his GTO, right? He had this GTO. This
Little GTO?
Right, from the 6th, don't play it. He had, this car, the GTO
Yeah.
was like a Pontiac. They made a few of them in those
Okay.
in the 60s. So he always talks about how he got rid of the car. My mom made him she thought it was going to blow up, whatever nonsense. So I would, look online, get him one of those. Mm-hmm. And, things like that. I mean, maybe take Steve to a ball game.
Yeah, I would
What
be
a
really,
pal.
I would be really low key because, we've got between me and Tony, we've got 4 kids. The last thing we want are snotty rich kids. We really like the kids we have now.
I mean, and it was a $700 million payout.
Billion. It was,
million payout.
After tax.
Right, that's the cash out. So you could do annuity
that's
payments.
$700 million,
But then
that
you could
sucks.
do annuity payments, but then the lottery place comes and kills you during
Yeah.
those so you don't make those payments.
So you got the flat sum.
Right. So you always cash out. Everybody cashes out.
Yeah.
They say, give me the, because you're still getting 600-700 out of this.
I
thing.
guess you can deal with
Could you?
$700 million.
You put it away. Maybe put it in a nice safety deposit box. Maybe Webster Bank. They give you 1% on the interest. So that would be something. But I didn't win,
Maybe
and I
even a
forgot to
toaster.
play. I forgot to play.
Oh, you didn't play once. We only played the one time.
I got one number right.
I'm not
That's
big
it.
on
Do you get anything
gambling.
for that?
No, not for one number.
So yeah, Joan Jett played at Eisenhower Park,
Oh,
and it was the this past Saturday night. It was the largest
let me see what she looks like.
free concert. 27,000 people.
Oh, she aged pretty well.
Oh, she looks.
She was hot. Remember that black leather
She's still got
outfit
it going on.
Yep.
She is very
that
badass.
she would wear? I remember thinking, holy moly. I can't
Watch that
imagine.
movie. It's a great movie, The Runaways,
I did see it.
with Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning.
Right?
Fantastic movie that depicts the early lives of the Runaways and how they got
Okay.
together. Great movie.
One of
And-
the guys we had in here, one of the guys that used to be the guitarist for her, I can't think of his name, but
Was he one of the Blackhearts from the?
yeah, and I think he was the guitarist, and he now his life is based on being sober and writing songs about being sober and giving back to the community that way. But he was a really very nice man.
Right. And of course, Joan Jett acted in a movie.
With Michael J. Fox.
Very good.
Really?
I can-
Name of the movie?
Light of Day.
Light of Day.
Very Steve.
Who else was in that? Who else?
Oh, the parents. No, who else was in it? Go ahead.
Michael McKean was in.
Yes.
was in- Yep.
Yes, very good call on that. That was a
Is
movie.
is Michael McKean? Is that Squiggy and Lenny?
Yes.
Lenny.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it was. She didn't do
He's
a bad
from
job.
Long Island,
No,
I
she
think.
did. She did a good job.
She always makes fun of
And-
herself. She's like, I acted in this movie.
And
with
that
her."
is a great song that from the movie
Yes.
Light of Day. Bruce Springsteen wrote that.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good song. And actually,
her version is good, which they did in the movie, and Bruce's version, which he's done on a bunch of concerts, is amazing.
and it's what's actually pretty cool is when she does a concert, and a lot of times when she's touring, if he's able to, Michael J. Fox will jump in and he'll play that song with her. He
Yeah.
plays the guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
So he'll play that song, when he's able to, and he's still, within. I mean, only a couple of years ago he was doing that
Right,
before the
right.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Now I know everybody. I'm sorry to make everybody wait till 6:58, which is time to sponsor our
Is
Celsius.
it real? It can't be 6:58.
Oh,
Wow.
well, we had a
10
little
plus.
bit of a problem. Let me give Steve. I always bash Steve. I belittle him. I get my anger out at him.
You never do that.
But I have to
A
give him
lot.
a moment of prop here.
Yeah. He
We're-
saved the day.
say-
He was almost, I would say, a superhero.
He was close as you can, and I'm sure Marvel is contacting him and seeing how they can make this as
Yeah.
part of their universe.
Yeah.
We were locked out thanks to Sally.
Let's not go that
Sally
far.
and her inadequate
Sally has a brand new-
superhero problem.
Let's not go that
No,
far.
no, I'm going there. I gave her props for the bird's nest. Now she gets hammered.
Yeah.
You get hammered here and props. You get both here.
Yeah,
This is a spam sandwich here.
I get it.
You get both sides of the spam. Spam is delicious if you bake it on 350 for 25 minutes. So you get a spamurky. I think they have at Thanksgiving time. It's like a turkey made out of spam.
Spamurky.
Spamurky.
Oh.
So we're locked out of the club. Sally has a new key. She can't get it open. She's calling Tony to the rescue. Tony's at home, dealing with kids, dealing with problems. I hear him screaming, "All right! I embellished that. Tony was, he was in the car in a flash,
Yeah.
right?
He was like, I'll be right there.
He's right there. Yeah. I make Tony out to be like some bad Lifetime movie, a husband in a Lifetime movie. Oh, no. So I said, but this is partly I got to give myself a little prop. I said, you know what, Steve, I feel like Steve has this thing for opening doors, locks, keys. He's opened his place.
What did you call him?
The key juggler.
Yeah.
Or the key master. From
No, juggler.
Ghostbusters.
He's a good key jiggler.
Jiggler. I felt like Steve could do something. And of course, lo and behold, Steve goes in. Within a minute, he unlocks the door.
He opens up the door.
And we're able to provide you this scintillating humor, entertainment, thanks to Steve.
Thank God, because of me,
Yep.
you get to hear this. That's what I'm here for.
I hate you. But in case anybody was wondering, that they've announced who won the bagel, the best bagel on news.
Who won the best bagel
on Long Island? This was the best bagel contest. It was. It started out with a.
And what bagel did you have to be? Did you have to use a plain bagel? Could it be an everything bagel?
You know, that's such a great question, but they really just named the bagel place.
Okay.
So I guess it's a totality of your bagel stocks, whether it's plain, cinnamon. What's your go-to? Well, you don't really eat bagels.
Everything.
You like an everything bagel?
I mean, I really don't eat a lot of bagels because it's really my calorie count for the day.
Right,
You know,
it's a
because
heavy-
I'm so little that like a bagel. Like
Oh,
I remember.
Sally, you could eat bagels. You look terrific.
Remember when
Stop it.
like the whole Weight Watcher point system?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm so short that I get like 11 points a day, and a bagel was like 9.
Yeah.
So that meant I could have like, I don't know, a banana the whole rest of the day.
Now I know Steve will always wax poetically about the time I threw a bagel at somebody in where we worked together in a gym.
Well,
Oh,
I
wow.
wasn't, but since you brought it up,
I'm sure you had it coming.
Oh, he did.
it.
I used to enjoy back in the day, and this was a while back. I used to like a cinnamon raisin bagel,
This is when
Sure.
Steve appreciated an occasional carb,
And it
then
had
now
to
he won't
be-
even go near.
but it had to be a certain kind.
Okay.
So a worker there, finish the story.
So well, first thing, let's just say it's not just a worker. All right, you know, he's a good guy.
Very good guy.
He's a good guy. He always did good stuff for you, Steve, all the time. He was
did.
really was
Very
nice guy.
Jerry.
Still, Jerry.
Jerry.
I still follow him on Facebook. He's doing really well.
I don't. I've
He's
been
a
blocked
nice-
from
ni-
Facebook.
nice guy.
I have no friends or anything on Facebook.
And you know, Steve was competing. First thing I will give this. Steve has his moments, but this was compounded with the fact that he was carb deprived, and he was days away from competing in his first bodybuilding.
Oh, the one down in Florida?
No, this was just local.
No, this
Okay.
was,
Like a Hofstra thing.
but he was in probably the foulest mood I've ever seen him in. And God,
That's probably not
I
true. There's
never-
been many others.
Oh no, this was really bad. And I got to be honest. I was proud of you, Steve, but I was just so glad that was over. But Steve was just going nuts, and Jerry saw that, and so Jerry ran to Target, which was right near the gym, and he got a big. And he knows, like everybody else knows, Steve likes cinnamon raisin bagels with butter. Well, Jerry comes back with a bagel. It's in the packaging, and Steve.
One of those Otis Spudmiker.
Yeah.
You know.
Otis Spudmike, yeah, right. And so Jerry goes, yeah, here's something. This is in plastic. And throws it at him. And Jerry flinches and runs away.
I threw these Spudmucker cinnamon raisin because everybody knows you don't want a packaged bagel. Like you need a fresh.
Right.
You need it, but you were in deep need of carbs,
That's true.
and you were screaming for it.
Look, I'm ashamed to this day about
And
that
Jerry-
incident. Thank you for bringing it up at every opportunity you can.
But now it's a funny story, though.
It's not a funny story. It's Sally's laughing at me, but it's not a funny story.
you
You know what? Why don't you go to my parents' house and get that nest out of there? Can you help them?
I can.
Thanks, Sally. So my mom will make you a nice dinner. What do you like?
Nice. Whatever she would make would be fine by
My
me.
mom's right. You know what she makes? My mom. She makes good Italian food, but she makes like good chicken dishes. She makes great chili. My mom made when I was a kid. I used to love the chili. So it was between Bagel Boss of Hicksville
Okay.
Okay.
and My Three Sons Bagel Cafe in Garden City.
Fred McMurray's making bagels.
Apparently he is. Chip,
Uncle
Ernie, and
Charlie?
Douglas.
And
Chip,
Uncle Charlie.
The one right by the high school in Massapequa is my favorite.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
We've spent time
Speaking
there.
of the devil, we spent many times
Many
at that.
times.
I love that place.
That's a great spot.
That
Always
was one of
has
Steve's
good bagels.
favorites.
So I don't know what makes a bagel better than others. I mean, you wouldn't have a wrapped one. But so My Three Sons Bagel Cafe in Garden City is the winner. They are the top dog bagel of all of Long Island.
Okay.
So it had me thinking. Can you name the My Three Sons? Do you know? Do you remember which the character names?
Yeah. Give me one.
Steve's choking to death.
I think I know.
Okay, so you have.
I know
you
two.
have.
Sal, let's go back and forth. You do one,
Okay.
just one.
Chip.
Thank God, because I didn't know that one. Ernie.
Um.
I thought it was Robbie.
Robbie. You're
Good.
correct.
Yeah.
But there was also another.
There was another one from before because
Mike.
Ernie. Yeah, Ernie was adopted.
Ernie was the better actor, though.
after
I'm glad they kept him.
Barry Livingston. And do you know his
And-
brother was Chip?
Stanley and
Barry
were both brothers, and I actually went to their house. Was working on a TV show. We did a story.
I knew Steve would be
We
in
did
this.
we did a story with them, and they were really interesting guys.
Yeah.
Their
I bet.
grandfather was from New York, and he was like a communist,
Oh, really?
and he was writing for like the Red Communist paper. I think I forgot the name of it, but it was like some Union communist paper. But they were telling all these
The
stories.
manifesto.
Yeah, they were telling all these
Stay
stories.
awake, Sally. We're almost.
I
there.
know.
telling
I'm
all
so
Hang in there,
sorry.
Sally. I'm
I
very,
was actually here last night till like 1 in the morning
Wow.
because Don Sill was filming a movie here, so I'm the one with the keys,
Oh, you're the
except
key
for like
you're the
an
key-
hour ago when my
When
key
you
didn't
didn't
work.
have
I hope you're well compensated for this.
right.
Oh, never mind.
You know, did you see this? That's now streaming, Steve. I'll let Steve read it. Look what I circled it. Look what's streaming now for some reason, and I'm very. There'll be a cease and desist.
The Christmas toy.
No.
Oh.
I
there's a
circled it
toy
right
here.
there.
Yes. Now streaming. Anything's possible. Wow.
That's the name of my book.
Oh,
So what is happening here?
Bill-
does Facebook
Bill,
know
this-
about that? They should block him.
Well,
They should be blocked.
This is not.
I know.
This is not the Jack LaLanne story, unless Billy Porter is playing Jack LaLanne, which I guess anything's possible. You know, I mean, so, I can tell you.
You know what the problem is with people, Sally? They just don't smile enough. If you just gotta get up and you gotta be positive and you gotta say, I wanna work out. I don't wanna put this stuff into my body. Not enough people understand what's happening in the world
To do
today.
This is a one man show.
That's
This-
my Jack LaLanne.
I love that.
I would love to go see an evening with Jack LaLanne. That would be great.
Could we do that here? You think people would appreciate an evening with Jack LaLanne here? Get me
I,
in the giggle
I
room.
really loved your book.
You think you could?
I
think-
thought-
could you
Thank
get?
Sally. Maybe I could just read the book. I'll sit on stage and just read pages from
I
the
thought
book.
it was great.
And you could get Bailey to play Happy. You know,
Bailey could be happy.
You know,
yes.
shave him, make him look like a
Yes, like a German Shepherd. He's a Labradoodle, but they're very often confused a Labradoodle and a German Shepherd.
I have a Labradoodle. You could like borrow.
Did you
mine.
say a Labradoodie?
Labradoodle?
I have a Labradoodie.
It's my Labradoodie.
You know that I get my dad that too. Besides the GTO, I get him a '73 Labradoodie. We drive down to the beach, down to Tobay, and watch the sharks eat people. Oh, what a Sunday that would be!
Nice.
You don't get moments like that enough with
No.
your pops.
No, not at all.
So here's a little Monique special. You know the Monique.
No.
The actress / comedian.
Monique finally gets Netflix comedy special. Okay, so right, eye roll. So this was interesting. Monique is finally getting a Netflix comedy special. Finally, the world's been waiting. I don't know. I didn't.
I don't
this.
even know who she is.
Okay. So she sued Netflix a month ago.
Right.
It says about a month after settling her lawsuit that accused the streaming giant of racial discrimination and gender discrimination. She announced, "Hey y'all, I got my special on Netflix." So if you're so irate about a streaming network just because they settled with you, why would you then be all in? Obviously, just because they settled with you, why not take a stand and say, I won't have anything to do with you?
Right.
But no, she got her money, and now she's all over Twitter.
Well, she won an Oscar, you know.
Well, of course.
For
what?
Precious.
Oh, God.
And then she became very supposedly various stories I've heard that she was quite difficult and not very nice to the little people.
Me?
You're talking about the guy that played Cyrano?
No, that's
Peter Dinklage?
No, the assistants and the people at
Do you know
work.
Peter Dinklage is vegan?
I did not know that.
Wow.
You learn something pretty rarely on the Steve Square Show. But there you go. If Sally wasn't here, you'd learn nothing on the Steve Square Show. You learned about wildlife. If me and Steve were here, you just watched the two of us hit the ping pong ball back and forth for 60 minutes until Sally came back and said, "You guys done? All right, let's lock up." And that's all you get. 59 minutes of me and Steve, and then we'd intro and outro. And then inside that, like a Spam sandwich.
Exactly.
So untrue.
Gen Zs are very upset. The Gen Z generation I was reading.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're very upset.
Isn't that me?
What about now?
The Gen Zs.
I think that's me.
No, these are like 20-year-olds, 18.
What am I?
I'm sorry, Sal.
Gen Z is kind of like Are they millennials?
No, they're the next after millennial.
Oh, right. I'm like X or something.
I don't know.
I forget what I am.
So, I'm Gen Q. I'm in the Q factory.
There's no Q.
No. So they're upset and they said, "We've had it."
Damn it.
Oh, boy.
They've had it because they feel at their jobs they're taking too much time explaining to the older people, the 30-year-olds,
Yeah.
the ancient people, how to do tech on their devices. And they don't feel that they're getting paid for that time. And it's taking away from them choreographing TikTok videos in the bathroom.
Yeah. Yep. I actually feel bad when I make my kids do techie things for me because they do them so fast. I'm like, just do it. Just do it quick.
Right. I mean, I do that, and I try to help my mom sometimes, and I do. But these guys want, it made me feel like, no, I'm going to be nicer when my mom asks me because that's wrong.
Yeah.
Big deal. So you help,
My mom is quite good at tech.
But it's just like
My
little
mom's a good
things.
texter. My mom likes to text.
Like, for example, there's this lady who does murder mysteries with us, with Tony, and she's probably like, I don't know, 15 years older than I am. Maybe 20. I don't know. And we were just sitting in the car waiting for a show to start, and she was talking about, like, how she wants to make her phone go where the picture comes, you turn to the side.
Right.
And she's like, my phone just won't do this anymore. And so I just so I just took her phone and hit a button, and she's like she almost cried. She's like, I can see my grandbabies now. Like, it took me.
Oh.
Oh, I thought she cried because she saw how stupid she was, and she.
No. She's like, my phone's been like this for 2 years.
Come on.
And it took me like a half a second,
Mr. Warmth over here.
I thought she was like, I'm such a moron. But again, Sally, always goes to the warm place.
Yeah.
You bring us to the warm spot.
Yeah.
I take us to the frozen tundra. Which, speaking of frozen tundra,
Oh,
I love to tie
good
things
segue.
together. Thank you. There's now cooling centers available on Long Island. So if you're feeling a little warm...
I don't know what you mean. Like a place that's air conditioned? Like
Yeah.
if there's a mall?
Right. These are now called cooling
No,
centers.
we don't have malls anymore. Now
Well-
that the Massapequa Mall closed,
No.
we have to have a cooling center.
So apparently, if you don't have air conditioning in your home,
Okay.
or if you haven't heard that there has been a thing called an air conditioning invented,
Yeah.
you can go to a cooling center. And there's a lot of these around, Steve, if you're sweating. It says you can go to Nassau County will have 2 cooling centers, Caniac Park and Wantor Administration Center. And look how lovely they sit around. Look at the people sitting around. Look how cool they look.
They look
see
very
that.
cool. No one's sweating.
No one's sweating in that picture. Show the picture, Steve. There's a family playing, or people
Looks like
cooling.
they're playing some cards.
I'm
here.
guessing Mahjong would be the
every,
go-to.
cards.
why couldn't you go to a
Cards.
library and have air conditioning?
I guess you need a specific cooling
No,
center.
you-
But if you look at the top, Steve, and then the top byline also caught my attention.
Help pets beat the heat.
Oh, I helped my pet beat the heat last week.
Experts on a hot day, bring your cats, dogs inside.
You're reading a very hard-hitting news. So, do you need an expert to tell you not to leave your dog in a 200-degree car with the windows rolled up?
No,
Treat your pet like you'd want to be treated.
that's good
This
for
is-
everyone.
This is excellent. I'm glad I read this. Thank you for exposing
But is
this
it?
to me.
I never expose
is
myself
what
on the Steve
journalism-
Squared
this is what
show. I would be
journalism
blocked
is.
by Facebook if I
This
exposed
is what
myself.
good journalism is all about.
Exposing yourself?
Your sister will appreciate this because she's got kind of like a miniature version of my dog.
Yes.
And so I needed to groom him, so I got clippers and a table, and I clipped him all the way down. It took me like 4 hours.
Wow. Why
Yeah.
don't you just get the place to do it? Oh, you are kind of like a professional.
Yeah, because it's like $150 every time you
Yeah.
groom them, and
Well-
they need to be groomed like every 2 or 3 months.
Can you do that?
Like-
Can you go into like a business and do it for people, like with their dogs?
Well, I don't do it very well, so I would have to like advertise it as the cheap ugly cut in Massapequa.
Do you think if I came to you, you can give me a cheap ugly cut?
I could absolutely. I used to cut my
Show
kids'
Sally.
hair.
Show it.
What could you do with this, Sally? What could you do with this? Where would you start? Let's say I came into you. Wait, let me get it good because I had the hat. Let's say I came in and I
said,
said,
Can we get a close up of that? I want you to talk to Jeff
There was a
Zuckerberg.
bug in my hair. Did you see that?
You could talk to Jeff Zuckerberg like that too. You know,
We need to
so-
bring my
coming for
possum
you,
in. He
Jeff.
would have gotten
I'm
that
coming
bug.
for you, Zuck, man. And it ain't going to be pretty, let me tell you. What do you think?
Yeah, I could do some work on that. Yeah.
Okay. Would you use
You
dog
could-
clippers
you
or
could
would you
sit
use
on the
regular?
table. I
I could
actually
sit on the table.
you could sit on the table, and I put like a cord around, like a leash around your neck, and then I like trim you.
All right, it's getting a little weird.
Woof.
Yeah.
It is a little weird. Hope
Yeah,
Tony-
I got
hope Tony's not
scissors
listening.
too. The scissors was really expensive too, but I figured I'll just spend all this money 1 month, and then for like the whole rest of this dog's life, I don't have to like bring it in. I've never had a dog I've had to like shave before, so I'm like, forget it. I'm not doing that.
I wanted to. This I'll just say fast. They're you know how they're having flight shortages of pilots and
Yes.
things like that.
Yeah.
So apparently they are in a panic. There's now a flight path for new pilots. They're doing youths. This kid's 16 years old training.
You?
So they're going to have. So next time you're flying to Miami and you
Yeah.
see a 14-year-old at the cockpit.
They
Don't
make
worry.
it really
It's
difficult
fine.
to become a pilot.
Not anymore. Apparently it's very easy now.
Really?
They test you on a Sega video game, and if you don't crash, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So they're
Because
really
you have to
lowering
do
the bar.
you have to do a lot of hours
Not
of
anymore.
flight, and you have to pay for them. So
That's very
like really only the rich people get to be pilots.
That's why people join the military.
yeah, right.
And they can get it through that way. It's a lot quicker, easier, cheaper, and they do
Yeah, but
well.
then you could get shot.
Well, that's the chance you take. That's why I don't join the military. Here is a couple of books I wanted to. I like to recommend books to people. I like to recommend.
look at
books.
that.
This is you know who this is, right? Hold that up. That's Josh Peck. Great story. He was from the show Drake and Josh on the Nickelodeon. Remember years ago, Drake
The
and Josh?
fat kid that lost a lot of weight.
Yes. So he talks about he was 300 pounds at 14 years
He
old,
was
like
a
12 years
load.
old. He was enormous. It's a great book. He talks about Hollywood and how he couldn't get jobs. My sister recommended that book to me.
But then
Look
he
at
lost a
look
lot
at
of
some of
weight.
the things on the back. He's got quotes. It says like, book most likely to not make the bestseller list. Like, you know how they have them
Most
all over.
stupidest phase.
Most stupidest phase. It's called Happy People Are Annoying. I could so side with that. And it's by Josh Peck. So you should get out and read this. And this one I saw, I know Steve will love this. Harpo Marx's wife, they took her writings, and there's a book for Harpo. Speaking of Harpo.
Oh, that's cool.
Speaking of Harpo.
But he wrote down notes a lot,
She-
and then she took the notes and made it into a
The wife was
book.
writing things, and the wife passed away, so they took her.
The wife kept like a diary
Like a
of
diary.
his life.
Harpo wrote a biography.
Yes.
Called Harpo Speaks. Is
Right.
the name of it. Yeah, Harpo did.
This is speaking of Harpo, and this is more about her wife and the relationship, and it speaks a lot about the four Marxists. And it says here, can you name the four Marxists? I know Steve could do it.
Groucho,
Mm-hmm.
Chico,
Mm-hmm.
Harpo,
Mm-hmm.
Zeppo,
You're right.
Gummo.
I don't. They only have the four here.
Well, there were five.
Well, I don't know that.
And of course, there's Shemp and Curly also.
That's
And it was basically just these like unruly boys with no parenting. Like
She's-
that's how they came to.
she said in the book. She writes Chico was a womanizing gambler
Yeah.
who was horrible to his wife. She says Zeppo was a strange man who never completely understood his brothers. He left the team to become a highly successful agent, representing some of Hollywood's biggest names.
Oh, that's nice.
Groucho was Groucho, of course. But she did say that
Harpo was their favorite. Everybody loved Harpo. Was actually probably the sweetest of all of them. They most well liked and beloved.
yes, they loved Harpo. But there was something here. She calls Zeppo strange. He left the team. Yeah. So wait, she said Chico's Zeppo was never got the fame of the other brothers, so he felt very inadequate. He dealt with that a lot part of his life. With a name like Zeppo, there's problems right off the bat.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know the bookstore? Speaking of wrestling, there's WWE. There's the bookstore, the Huntington Bookstore, the Review that closed down.
Well,
Yeah, what about
there's
it?
a person who worked at the book review who has been trying to start up.
And there's coming the next.
bookstore.
It's called The Next Chapter.
Yes.
In September, we'll be there.
Same place?
It's like almost the same block. I think it's
no,
the same block.
It's a few blocks.
No, it's right on
Yeah.
the same block. They said it's like next door. They took like the next location right there.
Why didn't they just buy that place?
I don't
Did
know
they
what
rent that
happened
out?
with that.
No, the problem was
with the
the landlord threw them out. It was the overcharge, jacked up the rent. They couldn't
Right.
afford
So
it.
speaking of jacking up rent, there's a batting cage. We have to get together and do this for governors. Maybe a GoFundMe page.
There's a batting cage?
Yeah, the mini batting, Five Towns mini golf. This nice little batting cage here, in Five Towns.
Five Towns College?
Five Towns. The Five Towns.
Five Towns.
The Five
in-
Towns.
in
Just the Five Towns.
Woodmere, Lawrence,
So this poor guy who's been
not the other three.
Running this with his son, this batting cage and mini golf for like 50, 60 years. And it's his life, it's his thing. They have jacked up his rent like triple. And they said, his rent went from $6,400 to $12,000. And they did that to get this guy out, to
Yeah.
get the batting cage out. And he says he's been paying the old rent, but there's no way he could pay the new rent. And the town is, putting the squeeze on him, of course.
Yeah.
Why not? It's enough of these batting cages. Let's get more seedy stuff in there.
Right.
They should get more of those girls.
Yeah.
Those kind of places from Pottersville.
Yeah, I
more of
love
that.
batting cages. I think
Dime a
they're a lot of
dance.
fun.
Dancing
Dime a
girls.
dance.
Cocktail.
Cocktails where it says all girls, all nude. All girl. He goes, I came up with that phrase, all nude. What movie was that from? I just saw that movie.
I can't think of it now.
I just saw it. It was like
Defending Your Life? No.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes,
Was it
that's why I
Defending
just saw that. He's talking to him.
Yeah,
He goes,
yeah,
I
well, he did,
came up
yeah,
with that. He goes,
right.
all new. He goes, that was mine. So Sally would be good with this. I thought Sally would be good with this. We have a couple of minutes. I had a list here. Where's my list, Steve? I made a list of movies that they couldn't do anymore.
Oh, yes.
What do you mean?
Explain, Steve.
Well, you're saying if they were, because of the content now, it's just there wouldn't be politically correct.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a list. Let me see if I can talk among yourselves for a second while I find my list. Is
Anyone
this
else
it?
talking to us today? No, I guess not.
Is this?
You know what? I saw a movie over the weekend, and I'd never heard of it before, but there's zero chance you guys haven't seen it and love it. And if you haven't, you have to watch it. It's Steve Carell is in it, and he plays this magician.
Oh, sure. That's Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
You never saw with
you
Jim
really
Carrey?
should see it.
Really?
Never saw it.
Burt Wonder. It's a great movie.
I loved it.
Oh, it's so good. Funny, right?
Funny.
And what's
Alan
her?
Arkin.
Oh,
Alan Arkin's in it.
Great.
Olivia Wilde.
yes, I remember seeing the trailers, but I never got
Oh, you
to
have
see
to.
it.
Jim Carrey's great in it.
That's not the first time I
Yeah,
heard about
it's so
Burt Wonderstone.
funny.
So funny.
It is. And I'm looking at the year that this thing was made. I'm like, how did I not even know about this movie?
Who didn't know about this movie?
Me and Tony had never heard of it. And it was actually Mick Thomas. He's an
The comic.
Irish
How
comic.
is that comic?
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, because he comes here a lot. He plays
Yeah,
here
so
a lot.
he came in here and he was just talking about it a little bit, like off the air. He was bringing it up,
Right.
and we're like, we don't even know what movie you're talking about. And he was like using it as an example for life, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're saying. He's like, oh my god, go watch this movie.
Yes, Burt Wonderstone. Something.
You'd love it,
Oh,
Steve.
and
Yeah.
the other guy's in it. Steve Buscemi plays his partner, his magician partner.
There's nothing bad about this movie.
And what's his face is in it? We forgot the best one. James Gandolfini plays the owner.
Oh,
He's like a Steve Wynn
yeah.
character. He owns the hotel.
Oh my
okay.
god,
And he
I
hires
totally
the two
forgot
of them
about
to
him.
be magicians.
And
he does
he's
it-
just like he is,
and
you know.
yeah,
Right.
it's very funny. And you got to watch it, Steve. They should,
You can't not think about this movie and giggle.
It's hysterical.
yeah.
It's really good. I had a list, and
It's on. I forget. It's either on Netflix
Oh,
or
you can
Amazon.
find it anywhere.
Oh, it's on HBO.
Oh, okay.
HBO Max.
Now, why is that? Max?
Good. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah,
Watch
you'll
that.
love it.
You'll
You know
love
what I
it.
did watch yesterday though?
What did you watch yesterday?
On Showtime.
Showtime.
They showed all 4 Indiana Jones movies.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I never saw the last one.
Oh, really?
which I thought was all right. I know
It
people
wasn't-
gave it.
I didn't love
people
it.
gave it a bad thing, but of course, the new one is shot already, and it's coming out in June. Let's see what that's going to be
Speaking
like.
of shot, I'm very excited about the Monsters is going to be coming out.
We'll see
Rob
about
Zombie's
that.
Monsters.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
gonna.
see
I'm
about-
excited.
Yeah.
I know. It looks corny. I saw the. It does look bad. I had a list somewhere, but who cares? Movies that they could not make today.
Yeah.
Can you think of any?
Oh yeah, so many.
Well-
Blazing salad.
Blazing Salads.
Salads.
Blazing
Blazing
Salads.
Saddles.
When your
yeah,
salad goes on fire.
Soul Man.
definitely Soul Man.
With C. Thomas Howell. You remember Soul Man?
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Porky's.
Porky's.
Weird Science. Building a Woman. They couldn't. Yeah,
Science.
that was a little.
Then a lot of John Hughes movies.
All the John Hughes movies.
16
Candles.
Candles.
Right, with the kid.
I can't think. Actually, Ferris. I can't think of anything.
There wasn't
really,
anything
really
bad in that.
Ferris, but 16 Candles. Airplane.
Airplane has a lot
I mean,
of.
Yeah.
it's rather silly, but
Right,
yeah.
but all these like movies, you would never see these movies.
Fast
now.
Times at Ridgemont High. I don't know if that
Probably not.
dealt with
No,
some
that had
adult issues.
sure
I
a
know.
lot.
Oh my god,
a lot of strong issues in that, and even American Pie, like because
Oh, God.
but yeah, you can't. You gotta
It's you lost your list. Okay.
Well, that was the list. That was basically the
Okay,
list.
okay.
That was the
Yeah.
main movies, unless you could think of any others.
Yeah, I'm hoping things
But
like
this-
swing back a little because I miss laughing.
Yes.
I know.
I know.
I always had.
I just miss it.
I thought that's why I thought I said something on the show that got blocked. I was like,
Yeah.
"What did I say?" Because I'm always very careful.
You are.
I tried
It
to
wasn't
be.
what you said. It was the music.
I
you played.
know, but I was nervous because I was like, "Did I curse? Did I do something? What did I do?
No.
Was my hair not right?"
You didn't go.
You could get blocked
You-
for bad hair.
You can?
Oh, sure.
Uh-oh.
You didn't go to that bad level of jokes, which we won't talk about.
We don't. My mom's watching.
We didn't say
Thank
that. What did I say?
Did I use all my toys and props?
There's more, isn't there?
Well, I don't have time. I was gonna do my dad's. I have to.
Oh.
I didn't have time to do this. But can you grab it,
I'll
Steve?
get that.
So this is my dad's mitt. So I wanted to have a couch with my dad and play some ball. So the mitt's a little older. I wanted to get it soft. So I found some glove conditioner.
Okay.
So what you do? I'll give a little tech lesson right now.
Yeah.
I'll make this a YouTube video. I'll get 500,000 views.
Can we get
A
a close up
TikTok.
of this, Joe?
TikTok video.
You could do a TikTok on this.
Can I do? I don't think this is TikTok.
Why'd you put the?
Because I'm
so
not
we
really.
could see
Well,
Yeah,
let
dancing
us be the
and shit.
judge of
I'm
whether
putting
it's
my-
TikTok
Pick
or
up the
not.
glove so we can all see it. It's behind the microphone.
Put,
so.
yeah, well, hold the glove up a little bit. So
That's
what
it.
you do? It's not too bad, right? You get a little. Wait, you get a little bit of this stuff, and it goes great in your hair too. I use it sometimes for face
product, yeah.
I use it. It's multi.
And then you put a rubber band around your head.
and then my hair gets beautifully soft like leather.
You brought this in. I thought that was like sticky stuff. Like.
So what you want to do is you want to get it in the pocket, right? You want to get it on the laces, and you want to really work it in. Really work it and knead it.
your
Oh,
mother's-
it's
your mother's
ripped.
watching.
No, but that's all. So it gets nice and soft. Yeah, it is got a little. I gotta
The thing
fix that.
came out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I gotta work
You could
that.
fix that.
Yeah, it's just I gotta.
I love old mitts.
It's got a little. Hole.
I got a new mitt I don't know,
But
10
I'll
years
work it,
ago,
not
and
a
I
little.
still hate it.
You could fix that, right? You're not gonna go to Dick's and have them attempt to fix that for
No.
a slight charge. of-
Yes, no, I will not go to Dick's and have them do anything. They're the worst. Sorry. Sorry.
Are we sponsored by Dick's, by the way?
Not anymore.
No.
They just canceled their sponsorship. But now I feel all greasy.
Oh.
Now I have that stuff. My hands. I better get it in my hair. So I'll put a little bit. Now does my hair look better?
Does.
Thanks, Sally.
Yeah.
Sally always 60 minutes. Sally's made me feel better 3 times. You've made me feel better none.
No, he got us in the building.
Steve got us in the building.
He's
Like
the-
Elvis.
He's the jiggler.
Elvis left the building. Steve's got us in the building.
Yeah.
It's my mutant power.
You do have good.
Yeah.
I saw on Marvel's gone out of control.
Yeah.
Right?
How so?
It's so confusing. They released everything they're going to be doing, the phases and the confusion. Did you see at the San Diego Comic-Con the lines that these people wait on to get a
These
signature
people just to
from somebody
say
in a
hello.
Spider-Man suit? I mean, it was insane. It was 100 degrees. They're waiting on 15-hour lines. What is wrong?
You could only hope, Steve, as an actor, you could only hope that people would wait online for you at a Comic-Con.
But they're not.
Could
Who
you
are,
imagine-
who are they waiting for? They're waiting for people in rubber suits, or just to get a party bag. One of those
party
whatever they're giving out. You
Yeah.
know, like come on. I mean, I like Marvel movies, but I mean, it's getting
Sure, me
it's getting
too.
a
But
little
I
bit.
need different movies.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I
getting
agree.
overboard now.
Yeah.
Where they're like, this is the third phase of the universe. Now this is the 16th
Yeah.
phase, and then it's a prequel of a sequel.
Well, I mean,
Did you see
it's,
Thor?
yes.
Thor.
Oh, did you see 4? I was like, wasn't 4 in Hunger Games?
Like,
No, Divergent. 4 was in Divergent. Which I liked. That was a good one with what's her face. I didn't see Thor. Did you like? You said Thor was okay.
It was silly.
Did you like Thor?
No.
They're all the same.
I wanted to like it. It was silly, but it was a little too much.
It was just it was bad writing.
Yeah.
Did you like? Well, none of them have. I mean, did you like the last Spider-Man that just came out a couple of months ago?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
good. It was good.
I like the Spider-Man movies.
You like? I
I think
always
they
like
do a
this.
good job with the Spider-Man movies.
I like
This-
the
I
I like
do.
the kid they're using.
There's going to be a Shazam 2,
Yes, I saw that.
and actually, and I talked to you about this. Bill Murray is
No,
making.
Ant-Man.
No, but yeah, Bill Murray's going to be making an appearance in Ant-Man,
Nice. I like him.
and Ben Affleck is going to be in Aquaman.
Yes, he's going to play Batman.
He's playing Batman again, and J Lo's playing Catwoman.
I never really liked his Batman.
Was that so?
You heard it here first on the Steve Square
Whatever
Show.
you say, Steve, I
I like to
believe you.
tease untruths.
Oh.
J Lo will not be playing Catwoman.
Oh.
She will be drinking Celsius, which
Sure.
is what this show is brought to you
Get your
by.
hands off my Celsius.
Stop touching my stuff.
Stop touching my Celsius. Don't touch my stuff. I have everything laid out
I
perfectly.
say that to
in order.
Tony all the time. Stop touching my
Stop
stuff.
touching my stuff. On that note, we gave you a lot of information. We talked about sharks, books, pickleball. Anything else you want to leave us with, Steve?
Just jiggle it.
On that note, for myself, for Steve
Jiggle
the
Master.
Jiggler, we always are looking for something to give you, right? I'm Funny Man Stevie K. You're now Steve the Jiggler. It took 3 years to find something to introduce Steve. And Sally's the
He's the
wildlife.
jiggler.
Sally's the wildlife girl.
Okay.
You're Sally the Wild. Sally in the Wild, Steve the Jiggler, Funny Man Stevie K. Finally. Thank you.
There you
We'll
go.
see you next week, 6:30 on the Steve Squared Show.
Bye.